Satan members. We do not speak their behalf. The following contains language in an adult manner and poorly impersonated celebrity voices. Listener discretion is advised.
This is Magister Peggy Nadramia of the Church of Satan, and you're listening to The Devil You Know.
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 The devil you know. The devil you know.
The devil you know.
The devil you know.
What devil you know?
The devil you know.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a very special episode 40. 40.
That's right. That's the same age as me.
That's right. Welcome to another episode of the Circle Jerks on the W. Know.
Yeah.
Circle of Jerks. Is that what we're calling it now?
Yeah, it's circle jerking, whatever.
All right. Well, who's jerking with us today?
We've got Magister David Harris. We've got Warlock. We've got Warlock Robert Leuthold.
How you doing?
Hello, and we have Satanist Adam Roberts with us, everyone.
Hey.
All right.
What's up, guys? All right. This should be a interesting, kind of good mix of people here, and I think we're just gonna jump
and
right
begin.
Start right, yeah, and fight.
Yeah. So let's
get right to this. I mean, I think there's some things that this week that's kind of getting on everybody's nerves lately, and you've seen it through the post. And let's start with the big one about. I don't want to name the organization's name, but we've all been talking about some ass clowns lately. What's going on? What do you guys feel about? I think we should all pretty much feel the same, but let's talk about the ass club.
I'm not a fan of ass, not at all.
That's so strange to hear you say that.
Considering what
you
I
of all
do,
people.
you'd think I would be a fan of ass, but no, I'm not. I'm not into the ass at all.
Ass being, of course, for those if you're listening, you don't know. I don't know what rock you've been under, but we're talking about the after-school Satan clubs.
Yeah.
This is indoctrination, basically. I know that
fail.
Fucking
these people. I know they're trying to say that it's their way of pointing out a problem with other religious groups having after school events. But I don't know. It's just creepy.
Yeah, it's very creepy, and you're right when you say that it's indoctrinating children, because it's exactly what it's doing. It's presenting a religion to impressionable children, and you can't do that. There's a little thing called the First Amendment in this country.
Yeah.
You have to separate religion from government, and government is included in the public school system. That is part of government.
Right.
You must keep it separate.
Do you believe them though when they say that that's why they're doing this, that they're trying to draw attention to the Christian groups doing this, or do you? I mean, because I don't believe that. I don't think that's why they're doing this, of course. But I think they want attention more than anything, and promote their own religion. But do they have a point? I guess. I mean, it's certainly not satanic, but do they have a point otherwise of trying to draw attention to, say, Christian after-school clubs?
I actually want to steal. I think I want to give credit where I believe the person who came up with this. I believe it was Magister Bill M, who came up with the notion of, if someone is peeing in the pool,
yeah,
do you call attention to the fact that people are peeing in the pool by also peeing in the pool?
Right.
Yeah. To add to that,
in the pool.
To add to that, there's I think Milton Cruver. I don't know if he was the one who did it, but I seen it on his page. So if I didn't give the right person credit, forgive me or fuck off. But it said, we don't think your children should be subjected to religion at school, so we're going to subject your children to our religion at school.
Yeah, that was him.
And it's got a picture of, I think, is kind of like a caricature / devil representation of the co-founder, because the eye's all jacked out and he looks like a meth head, handing a candy cane out to the kids with his go to Mendes fingers pointing up, you know?
Well, that's from their logo that they're using, right?
Yeah, they're like
His wonky eye is their logo?
Well, he's got a wonky eye in the devil head you know.
It's a little cartoon character who I think isn't he holding a candy cane or something?
He's got a candy cane, you know, and there's a little white van behind him. I'm kidding, but then hey kid, you want some candy? Yeah, babe. Opa, dopa. Yeah, but and then he's a fucking idiot, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, he's got a little devil handing out a candy cane next to a giant camel handing out cigarettes.
Yeah, there you go.
I haven't paid much attention to the whole thing. I've seen it show up on my feed. Fortunately, none of my friends think I'm associated with that organization, so I must be doing something right in my eyes. But you know, it's unfortunate that that organization and the media grasp on to Satan as like the big word that everybody wants to hear, you know, and it has nothing to do with Satanism. It's just a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, it's the worst kind of attention whoring tripe. And you'll hear people argue, well, isn't that what LaVey did in the 60s when he first started the Church of Satan and used the satanic imagery to, you know, sort of create this image? There's a gigantic difference here. LaVey never used it to advance any kind of a political agenda.
Right.
He did it to create a mystique about himself and about the church. It was never about politics. He took that imagery and used it to advance a life philosophy as opposed to a political movement. This is just attention whoring for the sake of attention whoring.
And they're too stupid to even realize
worse,
that.
They're using children is even worse. I mean, it's one thing if they use some kind of political stance to, you know, towards adults who could actually argue it or whatever, but to try and use it to you know, manipulate children is really disgusting.
How do you grab at the heartstrings of the sheep? You go after their children, you know? It's a low blow. It's
yeah, I've noticed, and when you're speaking about children, I noticed that like in this logo, there's after school program for kids, their pedophilic fucking statue of Baphomet, the twisted thing that they got with the kids in it. They're out in front of Planned Parenthood. They got the crying baby faces on. They got diapers on.
They even go to
like
the school football games and stuff. Yeah,
the kids. It's all around kids, and like maybe somebody should dig a little into Mr. Wonky Eyes' fucking past here, or maybe on his computer, and see if there's anything kiddie on it. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, you know, it's
absolutely.
Like, to me, it's like they're. It's like if Herbert the Pervert was a pseudo-Satanist. You know,
is that Chester the Molester's brother?
Family Guy reference, but you know, to make it more relevant, it's like a 6-year-old Catholic priest going after an altar boy. That's basically what they're doing.
Throwing arm, son.
Hey, I was raised Catholic. I know this shit happened. All right.
Wait, what are you trying to say? Like firsthand?
Weird shit happens in the Catholic Church. That's what I'm saying.
How do you think he ended up in that chair?
Oh my god. That's funny.
But the best way I feel to get rid of the ass club is just ream it hard without lube, and we won't have the problem anymore.
I think this little thing everybody's sharing online that Magus Peter Gilmore wrote up. It's a little short thing here. I'm going to read it, but just for those that maybe don't go online or don't see these things or don't keep up on it and want to hear this. But it says, since the Church of Satan only allows legal adults as members, and since we are against all forms of possible proselytizing, we do not sponsor, and in quotes, clubs in schools. We encourage intelligent young people who have an interest to study our literature, and they may ask questions of us directly should they not understand any of our principles. We have many responsive spokespersons to handle such queries. In general, our written materials are quite straightforward and without the need for interpretation found in the texts of most religions. Additionally, we do not support forms of activism which require Satanists to behave like members of other religions who try to force their ideas on young people. We are strict secularists and individualists and oppose having religion foisted on students via peer pressure or other coercive means. And I think that was just said perfectly.
Yeah,
beautiful.
It definitely was.
Yeah, it's pretty much that. That is absolutely what a Satanist would think.
Yeah.
That is our position.
So what do you think? What do you guys think? What is it that they just don't get? Do you think these
Satanism,
the fakeness pimple? Do you think that they have even read the Satanic Bible? I mean,
I think majority of the people who subscribe to that mindset have not. I do believe that the upper echelon of their leadership certainly has. They're certainly familiar with who we are. I mean, Mesner ran with the church for a number of years. Yeah. I think the upper leadership is. I think it's what we all suspected is they're publicity whoring, looking for attention, looking for a book deal, looking for some sort of a deal with a larger media company to try to garner some kind of financial gain. It's mass marketing in the 21st century. It works. It's certainly been effective. I won't take that away from them.
It's only effective because of, I guess, the high level of people's stupidity. Like, I remember Adam Campbell said this thing, you're essentially taking chocolate ice cream out of the container, putting vanilla in there and calling it chocolate, and people are actually stupid enough to buy it.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I would have to assume that a lot of it has to do with the fact that they're not a strong enough organization to draw on their own, and they're just easily forgotten about. So every couple of months or so, they have to do some new publicity stunt, and it has to be something that makes the public go, whoa, wait, what is this Satan thing, and so, they have to do it with children, of course, or, public statue on, some kind of courthouse lawn or something. They have
coloring books, yeah.
So they must be hurting for, maybe keeping their membership up or something.
Isn't their membership free? They get the very bottom of the barrel. They get the
initial
membership
is free, but then I think we get the card that rips off ours. You pay like $30 and you get a cheesy wallet chain or some shit. Yeah. I don't know.
You ever get a car that was handed down to you and you just beat the shit out of it, but then the one that you paid for you really take care of?
Yeah.
That's kind of what I say.
Yeah, they get all the bottom feeders,
Absolutely.
They're the egalitarians who are looking for some semblance of community and togetherness.
Yeah.
And people who don't understand Satanism but still want to garner some kind of an identity from it. That the goth kids who want friends.
Goths gone wild.
That's who they're attracting. They're not attracting people that do things. They're not attracting people that make things happen for themselves, because ultimately the people that they're attracting feel powerless. They don't have enough of a sense of self to advance their own personal, fulfillment. They need to seek an identity elsewhere.
So you're absolutely right. So they need to be part of a herd.
Yeah. So they essentially, there is one thing that they are doing that does benefit us. They keep the undesirables at bay.
Yeah, they act as a filtration. If you're out there and you're listening to this and you've ever seen anything that these people have done and it appeals to you on some level, fucking go. You're not one of us. Get the fuck out.
Stop trying to peek under the tent.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've actually dealt with some members and
Catholic
some
priests,
grand poobahs, chapter heads online, and one of their main sticking points is, they don't allow disabled people in their group. They're all about eugenics and everything. And I'm like, hi, Warlock with cerebral palsy in a wheelchair. And then when I started going into the comment section and saying these guys aren't Satanists, their statue is pedophilic and everything else, one of the chapter heads told me I had a warm friend in Hitler. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, I'm German. I have German background, but I don't hate the Jews that much.
Not that much. Just a little.
Just the way they run the media, right, Robert?
I don't know. It's one of the main attacks is, first, we don't let disabled people in. And then, oh, they must have let you in out of pity because you're in a wheelchair. How many times have we heard that one?
I don't think anybody gets in from pity, pretty sure.
No, it doesn't. No, in fact, yeah, we...
Quite the opposite.
I think we give it to you twice as hard. See, now I'm triggered. I'm triggered. I need a safe space. Because one time this camp counselor wanted to sing Kumbaya, and it was very stressful. It hurt me.
You poor thing.
I feel triggered by the word triggered, so.
Yeah, you might trigger.
Oh man.
What do
back on point?
How many people have gotten messages from somebody who's a friend who still doesn't get it and have sent us something about this news article saying, "Hey, buddy, reminded me of you."
Okay, no, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I got a funny one. A friend of mine from college saw what they were doing, thought it was the greatest shit ever. Posts it on it, tags me in it, and says, actually says, "Hey, Dave, if there's anything you want to do to educate folks about these people, feel free to comment." I'm like, "Oh, I'll give them an education." Fuck the Satanic Temple. This guy said,
right after school, we'll give them an education.
Shit.
I have a guy that he's a pastor in a church here in town, but he's on the panel that I'm on in some of the colleges that we go to and talk about different religions or philosophy. And he wrote to me today, as a matter of fact, and asked me all about this thing and do you guys advocate this group and all, I mean, I kind of thought I answered all that stuff in some of the panels we've done, but I had to really point him toward this thing, this little essay from Magister and all this stuff about about this whole shit that's going on. So I mean, it's like in the 80s we had the Satanic Panic. Is this? Do you think this is like a Satanic Panic 2.0? What do you think?
Even it's not even a Satanic Panic, because what bothers me, and I've said this before, what bothers me about this group is that they don't come across as being spooky and evil. They come across as pussies that work together in a group that are activists, and that looks weak. And I don't want to be associated with that,
it's
that's
like
oh,
a
just a
Satanic
shitty
Panic
little
in
activist group.
reverse. Whereas, where in the 80s you had crazy, Christians, screaming out, Melissa remembers whatever the fuck that book was, Donahue, Geraldo. Now you have
Michelle
you're
remembers.
Famous. You're the friendly people who wanted to put that statue on. No, fuck you, get away.
Yeah, exactly.
I
would rather be thought of the evil one that was murdering, people in satanic rituals than some little pussy activist group.
I don't want either of them.
Yeah, well, yeah, agreed. But at least in the 80s, if somebody thought that you were a Satanist, they might at least leave you alone. Now it's like whatever.
Yeah.
Not if you associate these guys with Satanism, then you might would just stuff them in a locker or give them an atomic wedgie, because that's what you do with little.
The Satanists did a bake sale at my school last year. It was so wonderful. They raised so much money for the YWCA. It was fantastic. They're such lovely people.
They wasted all our milk, though.
Yeah.
Boy.
They were the biggest donors at the blood drive.
I don't want to be associated with that, definitely.
Yeah. So anybody else get anything from friends or people thinking that this had something to do with you?
It's going to be it's a common misconception because let's be honest, no one is going to be as educated about theology as most people. Like people like us, because most people have shit to do. They're not going to take the time to make the distinction between us and the Satanic Temple and any other fucking group that happens to come along. They're just going to see, oh, Satan. I have a friend who's kind of into that. I'll post this on his wall. That's as far as anybody thinks. No one bothers to take 2 minutes to say, hey, is this what you're all about? And we would say, fuck no. Get that shit away from me.
I feel left out. Nobody contacted me or tagged me on any of that stuff. And
well, no one loves you.
I got tagged this morning, but it was really simple.
How was she?
All I said was they're not us. They have this weird, strange fixation on children, and overall they're not Satanists. And I left it at that because I'm not the dumbass whisperer.
Nice. Well said.
It's funny.
All right. Well.
This just seems so nice, though. They're going to go talk to children and teach them about science and your religion. It's wonderful.
So do we think that the best thing to do is just ignore them?
I think what we're doing now has been effective. I think when they just do something goofy, they just roll our eyes and make fun of them, and when they do something that garners some kind of publicity that is certainly negative with regards to Satanism, we have to speak up, or the Magus speaks up, or everyone on this panel is a fantastic media representative for what we actually are. So yeah, speak out if it's something that's garnering any kind of real notoriety that's going to negatively impact Satanism as a philosophy.
I thought about this one time, and I didn't think about it too much, so help me out with this. How cool would it be, or how bad would it be, or whatever, or what do you guys feel about this actually, if they went to protest something and we protested against them? I'm joking. I keyed.
Only if it was holding up signs that were saying you guys aren't real Satanism.
Yeah, but
we have absolutely no clue what they're protesting against.
I'd be there as long as there weren't any stairs.
I'd be there only to hold a sign that promotes my Cliff store and maybe my stepson's album.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
I did have a friend who, when I first started going off, because I had a friend who posted something about it, and I thought you should know better, and I said something to them about it, but this isn't real Satanism, and explained it. And that was yesterday. By today, that person was reposting the word from Magus Gilmore. So I mean, it does help to at least say something and spread that stuff around. So.
Well, because I kind of had this idea. I was in bed, so I was half asleep. I had this idea where if they go somewhere to pour milk over people, maybe we should quickly pour orange juice over them just to balance out the pH level. What do you think?
Breakfast liquids matter.
All right, I'm cutting that one out. Fuck this.
Don't you fucking dare!
I know. I will.
That horrendous
just put the sound of crickets in it.
Yeah, they can't all be gems. What the fuck, right?
Everyone has to eat shit on the mic every now and again, and that was your turn.
All right, do it. Fuck it. That's funny.
All right.
All right, so let's move over to the. Let's get away from that. As much as I love ass, this is not the ass I love. What about?
It's an ugly ass. You don't want to love it.
It's kind of like the one that Dorian was drawing. If you listen to last week's episode,
it's a dumbass.
It's just this, dimply and cheesy. Anyway, what was the other subject we were going to talk about? Oh, political posts.
One thing I noticed about when it comes to political posts that we were going to talk about, I wanted to get this out first, just because I noticed in the the COS official Facebook page that somebody had to finally point out, hey guys, stop posting your political views here. And I also even noticed, I think a few days ago, it was that when somebody was talking about how brutal it can be talking about this stuff with your friends on Facebook, that our high priestess, Peggy Nadrami, even got in there and said, yeah, this is going to end up ending friendships, this election. So I want to talk about this, but I don't want to too much, if we don't have to, mention different political candidates, but more about dealing with seeing people posting stuff that maybe is contrary to you constantly. Do you get tired of seeing it? Are you especially on like COS pages and stuff like that, and dealing with getting annoyed with just seeing this stuff constantly? It's just a bombardment.
Well, wait a minute. You mean we're not all part of the same political agenda? We're not all advancing the same thing? I don't understand. Did I not get that?
Yeah, what is the Church of Satan political party again?
I think the beauty of Facebook is I can just log off and go do my thing. I don't let it get me all knotted up.
You can't. And okay, I get why certain people get very, very heated when it comes to politics, because there legitimately are people that are very close to every single one of us on this panel who stand to lose quite a bit if certain political things come to fruition in this country. So I get why people are particularly heated this year, but at the same time, you can't let politics get in the way of your day-to-day life. At the end of the day, we all know it's a rigged game. The system is going to go on regardless of how you vote. The best thing you can do as a Satanist and as a human being is just be cognizant of the world around you and adapt to it as it changes. That's what we always done.
And never forget to think for yourself. Don't let anybody think for you.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, don't let anybody tell you what to do.
Don't do it.
I won't.
As I tell them what to do.
I'll do whatever you say, Joe.
Shit. It's so funny.
I actually do have something that I find kind of troubling, and I'm not naming any names, but, some of us are all about getting rid of food stamps, getting welfare out of here and whatnot, and I'm like,
Robin, I'm right here.
It's kind of rude to talk about somebody in the third person when they're right there.
I'm on Social Security. I use that to survive. I get a measly $17 worth of food stamps a month, which is great for cold cuts and milk, let me tell you. But it's like I
leeching off the system, you son of a bitch.
Sorry.
Goddamn tax dollars.
And David, now you see why I don't have a smartphone. But I bring that up, and all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, Rob, well, we didn't mean you. We meant everyone else on welfare." Well, the thing with that is
everyone but you.
Yeah. Nice backpedal. Yeah.
We're gonna let's draft that bill. The Robert Leuthold gets his stuff, but no one else gets theirs bill.
Well, and that is a good point, though. I mean, what you're saying, because I mean, really, like, everyone is going to vote for what's going to work for them, no matter who you are. Like, there's nobody out there. I don't care. Even the most evangelical Christian goes, well, damn it, this is going to screw me over, but I got to help those guys out with their things. Yeah, so I guess that's what
no one's doing that.
Oh no. Well, how about when they switch the fucking table around on you and say, oh, if you vote for this one, you're a racist. I think you were saying something about it before, David. And the white privilege thing, right? You posted something.
Oh yeah, that whole because you get that a lot, and you get it from the left. Particularly you've got now that Bernie Sanders is out of the race and Hillary Clinton is the nominee for the Democratic Party, you have the Bernie or bust guys who are either not voting at all, voting for Trump, voting for Gary Johnson, and what you get from them, particularly, from you get it from the more extreme left. If you're not voting for Hillary, you're not being sympathetic to our needs. Well, no, you're right. I'm not. I'm being sympathetic to mine, because my needs, my wants, my desires will always supersede yours. That's how I'm wired. That's how my vote will be cast.
My vote. Right.
My vote, my way. You don't like it, you vote the opposite way. Our self-interests are not always going to align. What works for me is not going to work for you. That is why there is no unified satanic agenda. It cannot exist, because two Satanists are going to have two very different walks of life, two very different philosophies with how they conduct themselves in the world around them. That's just how it's going to be.
Right. Yeah, I think that there's just too much of this whole, how is what you're doing going to benefit me? I mean, granted, we all want everything to work in our own favor, but it does seem like that when you get that extreme left side that it's just too much of what's got to benefit all of us. Well, there's no such fucking thing that benefits all of us.
My view with this upcoming election, it's not if we're gonna get fucked, it's how we're gonna get fucked. One side is gonna lube us up, stroke our hair, whisper sweet nothings, and the other one's gonna
stop. I'm getting horny.
Fuck us until our asshole bleeds.
Now we're all straight white men. We'll be fine.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna cry either way. I mean,
it's our privilege. Yeah.
Exactly.
Which one will get over with first, I guess.
Adam, we want to thank you for coming on.
Yeah. So, do you want my opinion?
Sure.
Wait, Adam's on the show?
So this country has been bought and sold a long time ago, and it doesn't matter who wins the election. They probably already know who's going to. Doesn't matter who. The same result is going to come of it. So all you can do.
Isn't this that same conspiracy theory that you were talking about the other day, Dave?
I wouldn't call it a conspiracy theory so much as I would just call it the way things are. It's a rigged system.
Absolutely.
Adam is probably right. It's probably already predetermined.
Yeah, it's beyond theory at this point, right?
I thought that was the thing that you went off on. Was the girl on my post said something about people political leaders were meeting because it was a plan.
Met with the Bilderberg people, man. Ugh, stop it. The Koch brothers and George Soros. Shut up. Fucking raging. Stop it.
Yeah.
There's equal amounts of bullshit on both sides there. I mean, you can walk around all day long with a tinfoil hat on and just be non-productive and research all day long on the internet. It's not going to get you anywhere. I mean, the best thing you can do is live your life to its fullest and enjoy life and don't let little things bother you. That's how I live.
Have you guys ever tried a tinfoil hat on?
No.
It's hot, dude.
Not very fashionable.
I think the best way to survive this or any election is to know that the game is rigged, that the table is tilted, but play it all in your favor as much as you can.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's pretty much what you do. Just understand how the system works, where the cracks are, and do your thing. And just keep your nose down and pay attention. You'll figure it out.
Just be white.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, how is this going to affect me? It's really not, I don't think. And if something does affect me, then I'll cross that bridge when it comes. But, I got better things to do than listen to some bullshit debate on TV. I'd rather be productive.
By and large, at the end of the day, politics on a national level in this country affects the individual citizen in a very, very minute fashion. Your local politics has way more of an effect on you in your day-to-day life than than anything the president is going to vote on or whatever, however the fuck that shit works. I'm no lawyertician.
I'm a cocksmith.
So just pay attention, be mindful of what's going on, and just act accordingly. Things are going to change. You're going to like some things that happen. You're not going to like others. Just fucking deal with it. It's just how it is.
All right.
Huh.
Absolutely.
It should be that simple, shouldn't it?
Oh,
Yep.
no, it never is, because we're a nation full of self-important shitheads. It's like, my opinion is the only one that matters. Why aren't you doing something to support what my agenda is?
You sound like a drunk Saul Rosenberg. It's funny.
That's my go-to voice. It's the only thing I do.
Whatever you want, honey, baby.
Yeah. Where's Pat DeMarco?
Yow.
Hey.
So,
all right, what else is on you guys' mind about all this?
Yeah. What
What do
burns
you want
your
to bitch
ass?
about?
Let's talk about penis size and go.
I'm a Scottish white guy. What do you want?
Not a Scottish white guy.
Not a Scottish white guy. Sure.
It's funny.
Oh, great. I was planning on coming on here and not talking about my dick this
Don't
time.
you dare come on here.
You know that's what you're going to talk about.
All roads lead back to Robert's dick.
Robert's dick is a road. There's like this little street sign on it and shit. Leuthold Way.
Or no way at all.
Yeah.
The implies matter.
It's got a tattoo on it that says heaven or bust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean,
so what do we talk about now?
But at the end of the day, you're going to get into discussions about politics with your friends, with your family, with Satanists, and you're not going to see eye to eye with everybody. It's never going to pan out that way. Don't let it bother you. You know, so you have an uncle who doesn't want to fucking pay into that particular social program you like. Who gives a shit? It's fine. It doesn't affect whether or not you can sit down and have a beer with them and talk about the Yankees. You just fucking just be fucking adults. Why can't we be adults in this country and just have a disagreement?
It seems difficult for some reason for some people. I don't know why, but to just be an adult about things. Well, okay, and like this is one of the things that I think bugs me a lot of times is when somebody, and I've seen this before. I especially see this with a lot of my Christian family actually, who will post something about one of the political candidates that they know is a lie, and I'll even say, this is made up, right? And like, yeah, I know. And I'm like, so aren't you hurting Jesus's feelings right now? And they just kind of, whatever, that's not cool, man. Like, get on my case because they're the ones that lied.
But I mean, I'm not the one violating the tenets of my faith. Stupid.
Exactly. But I tend to find myself like on social media, especially, writing out a big long comment against somebody else's comment, and then before I hit the post button, I just look at it and go, what is the advantage? Once I do this, we're just going to get in a big fight, and I end up just hitting the delete button and erasing the whole thing. End up looking at it and going, it's not worth it. Sometimes these arguments, you may have the greatest point, but sometimes it's just not worth it. They're not going to hear you.
No, the thing is, if we like you said, somebody said earlier, just be adults. I mean, David, you posted something. It was the link to Magus Gilmore's what is that? Esprit de Corps or something?
Yeah.
If I say that right, Esprit? I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, you want the Esprit? You want the Esprit?
So it's just about. We're not going to agree on things. Big deal. You don't have to act like a fucking jamook and fucking cry about it and go complain to mommy and daddy, and everything like that. Just be an adult. Deal with it.
When it comes to Satanists, this organization is a mutual admiration society. And now, while we don't always get along, it is important that at least in public, we are cordial to one another. We don't have to be nice. We could be stern, or better, we don't have to talk at all. If it's two people that don't get along, there's certainly plenty of members of this organization that I don't get along with. I don't speak to them. They don't speak to me, and it's fine. It's how it should be. You don't have to communicate with people about these things. You don't.
You don't have to call them a prick.
No, I know that we have this giant interconnected thing with social media now, where every fleeting thought that comes into our heads has to go out as a status, and I'm more guilty than anybody else sitting in this fucking panel doing that. But at the end of the day, you don't have to.
Yeah, and yours make great memes too. So
Oh well, that's true, and I have my wife to thank for that, for getting that poll started.
Yeah, I mean,
memes out of the things, the horseshit that comes out of my
If not for
fingertips.
your thoughts, we wouldn't have the Magister memes, courtesy of Heather.
I enjoy sitting back and reading everybody's banter on Facebook, but I rarely chime in. It's just an entertainment for me.
Kind of like now on the show, you just rarely chime in.
Well, I mean, if you want my opinion, I'll give it to you. So
I know.
ask me a question.
Well, that's why we're here. Just shout it out.
On vaginal dryness, Adam, and go.
Spit.
What was the question? I didn't hear you. What was the question?
Oh, we're still talking about the same shit. Just
Yeah.
dealing with people.
Fucking people.
Fucking people, man. And they all have different opinions, and they're all wrong.
Yeah. Right.
And so what?
Right. Damn it! Why aren't your opinions my opinions?
Is somebody else joining the conversation?
No. I hit a wrong button. Oh. I was looking at something and it was like, but I'm like, fuck.
We should bring that person in just for fun.
It was Reverend Campbell.
Well,
somebody.
okay.
I just noticed on here. I don't know. Did you guys see? Speaking of Campbell, did you see his the video he made?
Yes.
I saw the one that you guys did together with the combo promo.
Oh, the third side thing. No, I mean his private one, or it was up on the COS newsfeed about social media.
Was it tied to the article he wrote?
You are not the sum of your, what is it, social media friends or something like that?
Yeah.
So it was tied to the article he wrote.
Something like that.
Okay.
Well, the video, yeah, there was an article.
Sorry, I'm just trying to.
But there was a video at the top of the page too.
Yeah, I kind of just wanted to get everyone's opinion on that specific.
As far as the article goes, the article was brilliant. It was spot on.
Yeah, the video was spot on too, and it is not.
The video is him reading the article.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say I didn't notice.
But he has cool angles though.
Right.
It's cool camera angles. So.
Huh? I don't know where it is. That's weird. Everybody was loving it. I don't have to. All right. Well,
basically, yeah. I mean, he was talking about kind of what you were saying, Adam. About going out and living your life and not thinking that what you've done is dependent on how many people like your Facebook, comments or what you've done on Facebook or social media. That getting people to approve of that is not what defines you.
Absolutely, that's the core of being a Satanist.
Right, John?
Yeah.
That's when you're talking.
Can you guys hear me? Am I coming through?
Yeah.
Is this on?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm
add a few words, Adam.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
And thank you for asking.
Anybody else got anything else that's pissing you off that you want to talk about before we close up here? Yeah. Or everyone's happy? Life is good.
Pissed about shaky cameras.
I know why you're mad.
That was for John.
I know why you're mad.
I've got to say, my involvement in this Circle of Jerks was a lot less awkward than the last one.
Well, it's because we let you wear your clothes.
No, it's because
we didn't invite Mosley. Is that it?
Yeah. Mr. I'm friends with Pantera. Who cares?
I'm friends with Pantera. I'm gonna have to cut that part out.
Why?
I think you should leave it.
I don't know. Yeah, right. Hey, everybody's whatever. Oh, I'm so tired today. So, everybody getting laid on a regular basis, huh?
Oh yeah.
You want to wrap it up?
Is everybody orgasming on a regular basis?
Sure are.
All right. Awesome. Well,
that makes the world go round.
Well, honestly, we want to thank you guys for coming on this
Episode
What is it, the third?
40, yeah.
It was the 40th episode,
well,
but
thank you for having
it was
us.
the third segment of the Circle of Jerks, right?
That's right.
The
Three.
The trifecta. All right.
Yeah, that's right. We'll try and come up with more conversation next time.
Yeah.
More topics.
I think it's it's all been said. It's all good.
Right.
But Adam, David, Robert, thank you so much for coming on.
Gentlemen,
Thank you, guys.
It was great.
Much appreciated.
All right.
Had a blast.
Okay. Until
Always
next
a
time.
pleasure.
Until next time. Hail
All
Satan.
right. Hail Satan, guys.
Hail
Hail
Satan.
Satan.